studies in sciences at any university in Zambia. The course fee is only 2,500 kwacha. Note that the pre-intensive tuition program is non-residential. Application forms are available at the University of Zambia, School of Natural Sciences, ATCU office, 3rd floor, room number 602. For more details, call us on 0978 733071 or 0975 412049. Email us on isaactembo@unza.zm or marjorie.machia@unza.zm. Limited places available.
A very good morning and a big welcome to your Happy Day world of Private Film Radio. This morning, we are privileged to have in studio Dr. Isaac Tembo, who is the manager and consultancy unit, University of Zambia, School of Natural Sciences. I'd like to welcome you to FIVE.
Thank you very much, and good morning.
Good morning. Now, A-Level Training and Consultation Unit is a premier Zambian institution which has been offering high-quality training for A-Level London exams in biology, chemistry, mathematics, and physics. Today, though, we are going to zero in on the Pre-University Intensive Tuition, PUIT program, which is a program that will run for 2 months. And this is to prepare the first-year students that will be entering university next year. Doc, maybe let's start from A-level training, because there's a little bit of the students, when I interacted with them, are quite confusing between the two.
Okay, thank you very much, and good morning to the prospective students, and good morning to the parents who are listening. Yes, University of Zambia has been running the A-level program for over 20 years now, and this A-level program is a program which is being administered at the University of Zambia, but the examining body is the London EdXL. So these are international A-level programs. It's an international A-level program which after doing the A-level, a student, after doing this A-level, the student is accepted can join any university in the world.
Okay.
So the examining body for the A-level program is the London EdXL program.
Okay.
Yes.
And so this morning we'll be talking about the Pre-University Intensive Tuition, PUIT program. And to take you through this, my name is Grace Msimuko, and a little later I will be inviting you to join us on the program to find out, both the students and the parents, guardians alike, to find out more about this Pre-University Intensive Tuition. Doc, maybe you can run us through that. What is the Pre-University Intensive Tuition?
Okay, thank you very much. Over the years in the university, in particular at University of Zambia, we have noticed that the students who come to start their first year in sciences, they tend to be lacking in a number of basic knowledge, the knowledge which we assume they should come with from secondary school once they have done their secondary school. So there could be a number of reasons. One of them, we think that probably they get rusty because when they finish their high school or secondary school, they take the whole year at home. Then they're coming to university, most of them, the following year. So when they come to university, and when university starts, it's an intensive learning atmosphere. A number of things which we assume that they have knowledge of from secondary school, we find that it is lacking. And that gives them a very bad starting point in a number of them. Yeah, so we have designed this program, which we call Pre-University Intensive Program, which we intend to run for 2 months. So most of the universities, they start their academic year in the early part of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So the first 2 months, we expect that we are going to have these students with the special designed learning, which will prepare them, which we are calling the Bridging the Gap program, where we have identified certain topics from secondary school, which are very important, and then they transcend to university. And a number of issues, we find that these students are having a number of misconceptions on those topics. So it is not this one, the pre-university is not an A-level program. It is a bridging the gap. We have identified certain topics which students are lacking from secondary school, and we have designed it such that we are kick-starting the students. Once they do this program and they come to now start their first year, they are going to be at a better level.
Okay. And talking about bridging the gap, what are some of the subjects you mentioned that it is an intensive program? So what are some of the subjects that are going to be offered during this PUIT?
Yes, thank you very much. The program, because we're in the School of Natural Sciences, so we are specifically preparing students who intend to go into the sciences. And so as a standard for students who are going into sciences, we expect that they're going to do mathematics, physics, chemistry, and biology. As well as we have also included a special portion where these students are also going to be given some guidance in the ICT essentials, what we call ICT essentials.
Okay.
Yes.
And also talking about the first year students struggling actually to fit in, and when they open school, what are some of the qualifications that they need to have apart from those subjects you mentioned?
Well, these students that we are expecting, most of them will have been accepted at the universities. Yeah, so we expect that they have a school certificate. They have qualified. The minimum qualifications for in universities is that we just expect a student to have 5 or 6 credits. Yes, the general student qualifies in university.
Right. And now, obviously, there is a cost to this program, especially it being an intensive tuition program. What are the costs like?
Thank you very much. This intensive program, we have just set it. This is the first time that we are running it, and we have just set a minimum fee of 2,500 for the whole program. That is for the whole 2 months. The student will just have to pay 2,500.
Okay.
Yes.
I see. And also the other question that was the accommodation. Is this a walk-in program, or are people coming to lodge?
No, this is a non-residential program, meaning that there are no boarding facilities for this program. So it is just like a day school, just the same way that someone goes to a secondary school like I'm at Kablonga Boys. So they come from home and they will come to university and learn during the day, and then they go back.
Okay.
So we expect that the students will be residing within Lusaka.
Okay. And just now, my listeners, in case you're just joining us, the Pre-University Intensive Tuition PUIT program is an initiative by the A-Level Training and Consultation Unit, School of Natural Sciences at the University of Zambia, aimed at preparing academically weaker students for their university studies, which start next year. The program will provide students with the necessary skills and knowledge to excel in their university studies for various programs offered at universities in Zambia and abroad. And so, on that background, that is the topic that we have today. And I'd also like to invite you to join us on this conversation by calling us on 0955-221515. You can also call our studio line on 0761-912493. Those are the two numbers that you can get us on. Of course, you can always send us an SMS You can also send us a text, and we'll be able to share with you and have a chance for you to discuss with Dr. Isaac Tembo, who is the manager at A-Level Training and Consultation Unit at the University School of Natural Sciences. And so, a little bit more on the program, the background to this, the transition from high school, like you already mentioned at the beginning, is for weaker students. This program sounds like a good initiative.
Yes, indeed. The learning process is a continuous process from the time that a child is born and we go to secondary school. The materials that the students learn at secondary school is just the foundation of what they will learn as they grow into other tertiary and university institutions. So, like in the sciences, when you look at from grade 10 to grade 12 syllabi, you'll find that the topics which are there, the names are familiar with the topics that you'll find in university. Mm-hmm. Only that when they are learning, we tend to upgrade. So the foundation is started in secondary school for all these programs. But what we notice is that most of the students, probably maybe the way they are learning or so, when they come to university, if we try to assume a number of things that they have done, mm-hmm. you find that we get a bit of a shock. So we try to say, okay, how can we help them? We don't have a pre-university. When we start the university, mm-hmm. we are not expected to start going back to teach grade 10, grade 12 materials and so on, because the university also has got its own syllabus, which must be completed within a specified time.
Okay. Could the atmosphere at the university, or maybe the sense of freedom, they're away from home, could it be one of the factors that they don't get to their second year?
Yes. Of course, there's a lot of excitement when you get into university. The atmosphere is different from home, mm-hmm. and a student is free to do what they want. Sometimes a student will choose not to go to class and so on. They will not be bothered, and so the atmosphere is that of freedom. Mm-hmm. And sometimes the students will not know that we have now started in full swing in our learning process. And by the time they try to start adjusting, they find that they are already being piled up with a lot of materials. Mm-hmm. So what we are doing is that within these 2 months, we are going to give the students a starting point, a kickstart, where they are going to, by the time they come to start learning, they start their classes, most of them in the new year, you'll find that they'll already be in the learning mood. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So the familiarization of students with the university environment, academically, personally, what are some of the expectations that they have?
Yes. When you come to university, there are a lot of activities which take place. So we also want to give these students some kind of guidance as they are learning. Of course, some of the issues will be giving them some special talks, like career guidance and so on. When they come to university, how do they manage their time? Mm-hmm. They have got a lot of freedom. How do they manage specifically what they have come to university to do, their academic life? Then there's a lot of social life at university. How do they manage their religious life and so on? All these things come into play. Mm-hmm. But the ultimate is that we want the student to be on top of things when it comes to the academics.
Mm-hmm. My guest in studio this morning is Dr. Isaac Tembo. He is the manager, A-Level Training and Consultancy Unit at the University School of Natural Sciences. And this particular morning, we are talking about pre-university intensive tuition, PUIT program that is to take place and to prepare students that are entering their first year. in the early 2024. The number you can get us on is 090955221515, and you can interact with our guest in studio. You can also send us a text message on the very same number, and of course we're streaming live on our Facebook page. You can interact with us on that page too. So, talking about the pre-university intensive tuition program, an initiative by the A-level training and consultation unit. Doc, you just talked about developing study skills and time management. Maybe you can dwell a little bit on that one, because I think it's very important, seeing that you alluded to the fact that there's a lot of freedom.
Yes, thank you very much. For the case of the University of Zambia, when a student comes in the School of Natural Sciences, they are going to be given a timetable. And this timetable is not a timetable which is sometimes a continuous timetable in a day. On top of that, they are going to be given laboratory work and a lot of work which they have to do on their own, like in the library and so on. So sometimes students tend to get overwhelmed. How do they manage their time in all these things? So it is something that we also want to guide them in that direction, to say, you can manage your time in this way. You can dwell on these courses in this way. And you can also create time for yourself to rest, because it is also important to rest. We have noticed that sometimes you find that the students think that learning is just continuously sitting on the desk.
Right.
Even when they are tired, they don't want to rest.
Okay, Doc,
Yes.
I'll ask you to hold that thought. Let's see if we can take in a caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you calling us from?
My name is Mercy. I'm calling from within Lusaka.
Mercy, you can go ahead.
Yes, I just wrote my grade 12. Am I eligible to register in the program?
Yes, thank you very much. Of course, you are eligible to register in this program. That's the pre-university program. That is 2 months. You find that we have a number of students who have got an opportunity when you just finished your grade 12. In the early part of the year, you may immediately apply and get into certain universities. There are certain universities which accept admissions for students who are finishing now. So this is an opportunity for you to be ready to get into such universities. Yes.
Okay. What subjects are being taken?
Yes.
Or allowed?
Yes, these are science-based. It's a science-based program. So we expect we'll be having mathematics, physics, chemistry, and biology, as well as we will be having some ICT essentials.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mercy, for coming through. The number you can get us on is 0955 221515. My guest in studio this morning is Dr. Isaac Tembo, and he is the manager at ATCU. And so we were talking about management and time management and skills, and also the fact that there are a lot of activities. I do know that there's so much going on at the university,
Yes.
but resting time is of importance.
Yes. Yeah, the students need to rest as they are doing their academic work. They also need some time to do some physical activities like sports, participate in sports, and so on. But you find that sometimes as the university life is going on, they tend to get attracted to so many activities that they don't know what to choose and when to choose such activities. So sometimes they may end up getting overwhelmed more with non-academic activities, and then that affects their performance when it comes to university. University atmosphere is quite intensive when it comes to the learning process. So we want to prepare the students that as you are getting into university, your main focus should be in A, B, C, and so on. Also, the parents, sometimes the parents also need to be encouraged to persuade their children in this same setup that when you go to university, it's a free world, but the main focus is learning. And so we are telling the parents that please bring your child to this intensive program. As we are getting into the festive period and in the new year, we expect that the students or children have got a lot of activities, but we engage them also academically so that they start the year on a fresh note.
Okay. I have a message here. Can someone take just 1 or 2 subjects, and how much will that be? And just a reminder to our callers, please remember to add your name so that we can get interactive with you. My guest in studio is Dr. Isaac Tembo. And you can send a text message. You can send us a message. We're also interacting live with you on our Facebook page. And you get to talk to him on 0955-221515.
Okay, thank you very much. Just like we have been running the usual A-level program and the Edexcel, where students are allowed to choose particular subjects and then they pay. For the pre-university program, sometimes you find that certain students are specifically going into certain areas where, for instance, they may not need biology or they may not need chemistry, so they're wondering, why should I do this and so on. But generally, as an A-level and a university, standard university, they need the 4 courses. Yes, of course, the student can come around and then he can choose to say, I want to do the tuition in just say mathematics or say physics, and then of course the fees are going to be prorated.
Okay, so according to this one who is asking about only two subjects, does it also take the same duration of time, 2 months?
Yes, because the learning process is the same. So if you're just taking, for instance, mathematics, on the timetable, you're just going to come for the times that you are doing mathematics. But of course, we encourage the students that if you are intending to get into the sciences, this is the standard system that you have to do the 4 courses.
Right, Doc. Let's just take a little break here. When we come back, we talk more and get in more calls on 0955-221515.
Good news to all those who have been admitted in the School of Natural Sciences at the University of Zambia and those intending to study science-related courses at any university in Zambia. The University of Zambia School of Natural Sciences is inviting applications for pre-university intensive tuition in mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, and ICT essentials for prospective university first-year students. The intensive tuition will run for 2 months starting from 18th December 2023 to 9th February 2024 at the University of Zambia School of Natural Sciences. The program is aimed at bridging the gap and preparing the students to effectively and positively start their university first-year studies in sciences at any university in Zambia. The course fee is only 2,500 kwacha. Note that the pre-intensive tuition program is non-residential. Application forms are available at the University of Zambia School of Natural Sciences, ATCU office, 3rd floor, room number 602. For more details, call us on 0978-733071 or 0975-412049. Email us on isaactembo@unza.zm or marjorie.machia@unza.zm. Limited places available.
And so this morning we have Dr. Isaac Tembo in the studio, and we're talking the Pre-University Intensive Tuition PUIT program, which is an initiative by the A-Level Training and Consultancy Unit, School of Natural Sciences at the University of Zambia. This one is aimed at preparing academically weaker students for their university studies. Also, this program includes familiarizing students with the university academic environment and expectations, also developing study skills and time management skills in students. The number you're calling us on is 0955 221515. And you can also send us a text message. You can join us live on our Facebook page, 5FM Radio Zambia. You were explaining, Doc. You were explaining about how the environment is so different, and the students, probably the excitement is at high rate because this is the first time they're having their freedom away from home.
Yes, the university atmosphere is sort of quite fast and dynamic, and lots of activities are taking place in the university. There are a lot of extracurricular activities, and we notice that certain students, if they are not careful, they tend to get into all sorts of these activities within the university. They're involved in this activity and so on. At the end of the day, they find themselves that they're not having enough time when it comes to the learning process. Mm-hmm. And so we are setting up within this program to try and guide them and tell them that the main thing that you are coming to university is ABC. You have other free time, utilize it in this way. Even the learning process, how you learn. For instance, every day you are learning new things. You are having lectures. Today you are learning lecture A. Tomorrow you're going to learn lecture B. We don't go back to lecture A. So how do you catch up on lecture A if we have gone to lecture B? And if you haven't picked up, you find that this is what you have learned today is a precursor of what you're doing tomorrow. And if you are not catching up in time, you start thinking, oh, things are getting harder so fast. So it is something that we want to guide the students, that you learn as you go. Mm-hmm. There's nothing like saying, no, I'm going to learn towards the end of term when you are writing tests, or towards the exam, I'm going to learn. The materials will be so overwhelming that the student will just sit back and say, I can't afford this. Mm-hmm. But if you are learning as you go, then the things become easier.
Okay, you did allude to the fact that the first goal is to learn.
Yes.
There's a lot of activities, there's sports, there's religion,
yes,
there's all sorts of activities going on around there. How do you prepare them spiritually, because they're all coming from different areas and probably different faiths?
Yes, most of the students, when they come to university, they already belong to different faiths or different religion. And when you come to university, they will find that there are all these religious organizations on campus and so on. And most of the time, these religious organizations, they are competing organizations within campus. They will tend to persuade the students to come to this organization, come and join this, and so on. So it is something that we also want to guide the students, that we invite special guidance personnel we have within the university. Mm-hmm. Say, you are coming to university, you have your faith in this way. How do you want to move on within the university? Choose what you want and stick to that, because there will be competing organizations all the time. So you find that you might I want to go to organization A. They are meeting on Monday. Organization B meets on Tuesday. Organization C meets on this. So you want to attend all those. Meanwhile, your academics is also there. So this is something which is important that we also want to engage in.
Okay. The number you are calling us on is 0955-221515. If you'd like to get some answers from Dr. Isaac Tembo, who is the manager at A-Level Training and Consultancy Unit, University School of Natural Sciences. This morning, we are talking the Pre-University Intensive Tuition, PUIT program, which is an initiative by the A-Level Training and Consultancy Unit at the University of Zambia, aimed at preparing academically students for their university studies as they start their first year. 0955 221515 is the number that you can get us on. Now, the rationale behind this program is designed to bridge the gap between in the other preamble you said weaker students.
Yes, mostly weaker students, but we have also noticed that even the good students, in fact, you'll find that most of the students who come to university are generally considered as good students when you look at their results.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the students are 6 pointers. I got 6 points, I got 7 points, so I'm very good and so on. But when they come to university and we try to engage them, we find that, oh, I was good at secondary school, but I don't know what has happened. Maybe within the year and so on, students tend to switch off and so do all other kinds of things. The picking up becomes a problem. And then the weaker ones, it even becomes worse. So we are trying to say, this is a special program, and sometimes, in fact, in the last 3 years, we have noticed that we are just come from the COVID situation.
Mm-hmm.
The learning process had been disturbed quite a lot in the learning environment. You find that if you look at the way secondary school progressed, there were times when they would say you are going to learn online or you didn't learn, but you find that there will probably be selected the schools which will have continued with the online. And so we expect that the learning process would have been disturbed and the students may not have grasped as much as we expect for them to come to university.
Okay.
And this we are seeing as we are engaging students who have come before. So we are telling ourselves that looking at the students we have had in the past years, how can we try to prepare them and make them really start on a better note?
Mm-hmm.
We say, okay, let's try to get into this program, see what the students are going to do. And the way we have designed this intensive program, we are sure that at the end of the day, especially the students that we are going to have the chance to monitor, those who are going to come to University of Zambia, we are going to monitor them and we are going to see this program has helped them in ABC and so compared to their usual same students who may not have attended the program.
Okay, so talking of which, we are in the era, so to speak.
Yes.
And some students might choose to work online. How do you collaborate this with your students?
Yes, so this program itself, unfortunately, we are not having it for this starting program. We are not going on it online.
Mm.
But one of the things we are trying now to, as we are engaging the students in one of the topics we're going to teach them in ICT Essentials, is that we also preparing them how do they harness the electronic media which we have, the ICTs, for their education. You find that most of the students, they are very good at using all these gadgets, smartphones and so on. But you ask them, how can you use a smartphone to get academic knowledge? They may not be aware of that there are so many platforms which can be utilized academically for the students' betterment.
Okay. In case you're just joining us, you're on the Happy World of 5FM Radio. And in particular, on this special program, we are talking pre-university intensive tuition, PUIT program. My guest in the studio is Dr. Isaac Tembo. He is the manager at A-Level Training and Consultancy Unit at the School of Natural Sciences. Now, this pre-university intensive tuition program will be running in the next 2 months. Let's see if we can pick up a caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Your name, where are you calling us from?
This is Amon Jerry. I'd like to find out for my son.
Okay.
How much is it?
Doc?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Jerry. This pre-university program, which will run for 2 months, the fee is just 2,500 for the whole 2 months.
Okay, so
Yes.
that is for Mr. Jerry. I hope you got that one. The fee for the 2 months is 2,500 kwacha. And so that will be the intensive, yes, the intensive pre-university intensive tuition, PUIT program, which will be running in the next 2 months. The price, the cost price for the tuition is 2,500 kwacha. The number you can call us on if you'd like to find out more about this pre-university intensive tuition is 0955 221515. And Doc, things are not as straightforward as we would all like them to be. These fees that you are talking about, Mr. Jerry is just asking how much are the fees. Is there a waiver? Can people pay in installments, or they just have to pay the full fee?
Yes, we have a payment plan when a student comes, when they do apply and come to our offices. We are going to agree on a payment plan, and of course, since this is just it's a short period, it's just 2 months. So meaning that a payment plan can only be somebody can just be given a 2-way payment plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because we're just looking at payments, we look at the month.
Okay.
So someone can just come and say, okay, I want to pay for this month, and then I pay for the following month.
Okay. Let's
yes,
see
but we expect that the students will pay a fee on at the start.
All right. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is 5FM Radio.
Oh, sorry. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. The number you're calling us on is 0955 221515 here on the Happy World of 5FM Radio. We are talking to Dr. Isaac Tembo on the pre-university intensive tuition PUIT program that is to take place in the next 2 months. Would you like to add some more voice to advice going to both parents, guardians, the students themselves?
Yes, thank you very much. Especially to the guardians, it's important that just as they take concern during the secondary school life of their children, they need to also take interest in what the students are doing in universities. You find that the way the university system is that the only report form that we have is a results transcript. So that happens when the results are out, then a parent can be able to get a results transcript from their child to say, oh, this is how I'm performing. But the parents themselves need to take special interest and see that their students are attending to their work. Yes, we have a number of platforms where sometimes if the parent is not sure of what is happening with the students, they can come through our university system. Within the school, we have got certain offices where a parent can come and check and say, okay, I want to say if my child has paid the fees. Mm-hmm. Because the fees, usually the parent will give the child the fees. So they need to come and check, oh, is my child paid the fees? Okay. Is my child attending class? Are they doing their assignments and so on? So all those things are very important to the parents. Okay. To the students themselves, it's very important that once you start the university life, this is an important kickstart into what you want to become. You make yourself what you want to become. We have seen that most students, they are very brilliant. When they come to university, they just come to leisure around and so on. You fail one course, and the following year you start getting frustrated, and you think that university is bad.
Right, Doc. Let's take another break. When we come back, we continue to talk about the pre-university intensive tuition program here on the Happy World of 5FM.
Good Good news to all those who have been admitted in the School of Natural Sciences at the University of Zambia and those intending to study science-related courses at any university in Zambia. The University of Zambia School of Natural Sciences is inviting applications for pre-university intensive tuition in mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, and ICT essentials for prospective university first-year students. The intensive tuition will run for 2 months starting from 18th December 2023 to 9th February 2024 at the University of Zambia School of Natural Sciences. The program is aimed at bridging the gap and preparing the students to effectively and positively start their university first-year studies in sciences at any university in Zambia. The course fee is only 2,500 kwacha. Note that the pre-intensive tuition program is non-residential. Application forms are available at the University of Zambia School of Natural Sciences, ATCU office, 3rd floor, room number 602. For more details, call us on 0978 733071 or 0975 412049. Email us on isaactembo@unza.zm or marjorie.machia@unza.zm. Limited places available.
Welcome back to the happy world of 5FM Radio. The number you're calling us on is 0955 221515. I have in studio with me Dr. Isaac Tembo, who is the manager at A-Level Training on Consultancy Unit, University of Zambia School of Natural Sciences. Now, Doc, we were just talking about the fees and the school life at the university. Now, after the students have attended this program, what are you giving them? Because obviously when they are attending the other trainings, they will be getting maybe a degree from there.
Yes.
What are they getting after this program?
Yeah, so that's why this program, we're just calling it intensive tuition program. It is just a tuition program, just in the same line that, like the pupils, when you find that they are, especially the grade 12s, when they're getting towards their exams, you find that they have got all this tuition program going on as an extra activity. So this is the idea that we have. It is an intensive tuition program that it is just preparing the students for their now qualifying exam, where they will start getting their own degrees when they go to university and so on. So we don't expect that we have a standard certification.
Okay.
Yes.
0955 221515 is the number that you can get us on and get to interact with Dr. Isaac Tembo here on 5FM Radio and get to find out more about this pre-university intensive tuition PUIT program, which will be taking place in the next 2 months. And it is intense. And so a lot of hard work has to go into that. And that is why we are here to get more information from Dr. Tembo on how the students can carry on with their skills and learn more about time management.
Yes, I was just thinking I need to maybe buttress on one clarification. So our unit is running 2 programs. We have got the standard A-level program. This program is it's a full course program which runs for 1 year, 6 months. And for that program, a student gets certification from London EdExcel. They get certification, and they get a results transcript and a certificate which they can use to apply in any university in the world. Yes, because most of the universities in the world, for somebody to be accepted, they expect a student to have done A-levels.
Okay.
Yes, which is unlike here in Zambia, where students go into university within O-level. So once they go into university with O-level, the first year generally is looked as if it is A-level. Yes, it is almost equivalent to the A-level. So this is now the pre-university program where we are now setting, before you go into this university first year, which is closer to A level, how do we prepare you? Yes.
Right. Okay. Talking of which, these two are two different programs. Now, this one that is running the A-level training and from the premium institution.
Yes.
How long is this program? That's the one for 1 year, 6 months.
Yes, this is the 1 year, 6 months program. It is a standard international program.
Right.
Yes. So the University of Zambia for this program is like a tuition. Our School of Natural Sciences, we have a tuition center under this same EdExcel London examining body. Yes, it is an world examining body under Pearson International.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe you could just trace on the intake that is starting in January on the ATCU.
Yes. So for this A-level program, we have two intakes, the January intake and the June intake. So the January intake is starting on 15th January 2024. And for this program, applications are ongoing and the students have already started applying, and we are encouraging more students to apply.
Okay.
And this one is specifically okay for students who have just finished their grade 12 just now.
Mhm.
Some of them, they've just finished, so they don't have an opportunity. They didn't have an opportunity to apply into university and so on. But they intend to do A-levels and go into international universities or even universities within the country. So these students, we accept them to come and apply as long as they've finished their grade 12. Some of them, even when they haven't gotten their results transcript, the grade 12 certificate, we accept the mock results because the mock results are certified by their schools. And then we're going to see that with this level of a student, we know that this kind of student will be able to cope with the A-levels.
Right. The number is 0955-221515 if you'd like to interact with our guest, who is Dr. Isaac Tembo, the manager, A-level training and consultancy unit at the School of Natural Sciences at UNZA. 0955-221515. As we're in the dying minutes of our program, Dr. Tembo, anything that we've left out that you'd like to add?
Thank you very much. So mainly we want to encourage the students, prospective students coming to university, that they need to start. The early bird catches the worm. Yes, and this is a program which you are setting up for those who may not be sure of what who may not have been very confident. Sometimes you have qualified, you have the results and so on, but your confidence levels are very low. And we want to prepare you. Come to the School of Natural Sciences, and I'm telling you, you're not going to regret.
Actually, this brings me to the earlier part that we talked about, the transition from high school, actually, from secondary school to university. We've had enough examples and a lot of challenges, people failing to get into their second year after the first year of university, which you said is equivalent to A-level.
Yes, and this is the one challenge that we tend to face. You find that we get these students who we expect are very good students, and we expect them to excel in the university. And then a good number of them, when they start, you find that the basic knowledge is lacking. Then sometimes you wonder, but you are a 6-pointer student. How don't you know this material, or why don't you understand this? Some of them will say, okay, I was good 1 year ago, and I don't know, maybe I've forgotten and so on, or I didn't think that I will need this material in my further education. A good number of them will think that, okay, I've learned this, that's it, I've passed, and forget about it. Then when they come, they start, I'm not sure about this and so on. Most of them, you just find that they have forgotten the material. Or sometimes even the way they learn. Most of the times they will learn by just cramming. And learning just because I want to learn this, I expect it to come in the exam. Once they have done with the exam, they forget. But a learning process is a continuous process. You need to have background knowledge for you to progress.
Right. Now, Mr. Musonda says he missed our intro. How do I get in touch, Doc? Any age limit? That's Mr. Musonda. Just before you come in, Doc, let me just clarify for him the pre-university intensive tuition PUIT program is an initiative by the A-level training and consultancy unit at the School of Natural Sciences. Maybe you can answer, Mr. Musonda.
Yes, thank you very much. Education or learning has got no age limit. It just has a prerequisite knowledge. Like when it comes to university, the university accepts anyone who has reached a minimum university level. Usually you expect that maybe 18 years or so. From that age, as long as you are fit, you can register into your university program and so on. And so this program, as long as you intend to join or to go into university and do first year in science-based programs, you find that most of the universities and colleges in Zambia, we have a lot of universities and colleges of science. Most of the material that they do at first year, it's almost equivalent going towards the A-level stuff. Now, that bridging the gap is what may be lacking in some students, and that's what we are trying to concentrate on.
Your last words to our listeners out there and would-be students and guardians, parents.
Yes, thank you very much. And firstly, to the students, I would urge them to take this opportunity and utilize it within the next 2 months and come to university and try and learn and engage our experienced lecturers who know what students are lacking and so on, to engage yourself and kickstart as you start the new year, whichever university you are going to. Mainly you come to University of Zambia, you are not going to regret. Also, to the parents, we urge them to encourage their children and support their children in this program by registering them and see what they do.
Right. Doc, I'd like to thank you very much for you having taken time out of your busy schedule to come and share with us the pre-university intensive tuition program, an initiative of ATCU. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, 5FM, our evergreen partners in education. Thank you.
Thank you. I have been speaking to Dr. Isaac Tembo. He is the manager, A-level training and consultancy unit at the University School of Natural Sciences. My name is Grace Msimuko. Until the very next time around, good morning.
Good news to all those who have been admitted in the School of Natural Sciences at the University of Zambia and those intending to study science-related courses at any university in Zambia. The University of Zambia School of Natural Sciences